business, and this is where we are at with decorating in our house during this season. And where we are at is we have changed our centerpiece, right? Dorian threw half of our autumn centerpiece out of the. I'm gonna just take a video of that. And he required his wife or his Ribea Elise in the house to now decorate the centerpiece again for us. So we are going to see the springness in our lounge room. In the centerpiece, the pink cover is going through very nicely. Thank you. We're wearing our Monday pants and our pink spring centerpiece house decoration, right? How do we look while we are decorating the house? We are going to share a photo of that. But I don't know if everyone watched Monday, right? Monday and the doctors in the hospital. That's about it on Netflix. And I'm wearing my Monday shorts. I've got a Monday shorts. Oh, everyone knows our Monday shorts. We have it on one of our photos on one spring season on Instagram at Page Ribea. It's a very nice Monday short. We just gonna do this short with another photo today with our this pink top, right? And so I'm doing the Monday short for the house decorations, and we're gonna change tops, and we're gonna just take a house decoration spring photo. Education on our Facebook page. We have a website also that's available, and also do appreciate our website moments with Ribea Elise at the house of business. Business at your own house, business in the comfort of your own house, business how you understand business in our generation, and business how you represent with where you are at in a season in our generation. So while we are businessing through a season, in a generation businessing through a season, we allow ourselves to listen to that. That is the every you in that. That is business itself. That represents itself and that speaks for itself and that owns what they do and that love what they are doing, right? Such is our generation. We have to love where we are at in our seasons. We have to love what it is that we are representing in our seasons, because if I'm representing Ribea, at least I can educate on my pages, and then I'm exactly going to be open about the me in my season, the you in your season, and you don't negotiate that with nothing and no one. Everyone wants it perfect all the times, but the you in your season is that you owe yourself. It is that representation that self likes. That self is sometimes all over the place, and self is sometimes just wanting the pink to be worn with the polka dotness in fashion, and self exactly do that. And self house is sometimes the way self wants the house, and they say but your house inside can represent the blossomingness outside. And Ribea Elise says, in the season that I'm at financially, I can afford this amazing couch in my lounge, and I can financially do this table the way I do it in my season. And such is business in our generation. It is that we require a lot of one another, and that financially Ribea wants to do this and this and that, and Ribea is only allowed to do this and this and that because he can only afford to do this and this and that. And such is business in our generation, and we need to learn to hold on to that. And that is the you in what you do and in where you find yourself at in your season. Let us quickly share the amazingnesses of our lounge area and the amazingnesses of our photo area. Yes, and yes, everyone loves their AWOKH photo. They say, oh, their AWOKH photo came out very light and very nice. Yes, so we get those photo sessions. If you have your camera and your camera can lighten your skin up to the skin color that you naturally are, and then that's sometimes easier with our photos. And you can sometimes get everything in the photo. That is the amazingness of you in your season. And you feel fine with you know, everything about us is fine. We said the other day, the chip to the teeth, the chip this side and this side is now a little bit, it's looking and it's visible in the photo. And you love that about yourself also. You love the chip teeth about it, and you hold on to that, because such is a generation of women that find themselves in the brokenness of representing who they are and not negotiating that with no one. You don't negotiate that you with no one. The you that you know what, that you say that I am responsible to hold on to me in my season, and me in my season is this Ribea Elise that we have introduced on social media and with everything that we are doing. And we exactly do that. So another thing that we are going to share now, let's just first share our centerpiece, right? Because we want everyone to just appreciate and enjoy this. And we have allowed ourselves to fill the center of our table with the pink blossoming plant, right? So it's starting to blossom. We've mentioned previously in our video that Dorian bought this plant and the plant was standing outside and it only was green and it was standing for a few months outside and I didn't realize that the plant can blossom, right? And the plant was outside and I noticed the plant and I said, but this plant looks similar to the plant that I bought last year. And last year for Christmas, we had a centerpiece on our table and it was the red centerpiece. And I looked at the greenness of it and I saw that the greenness looked similar. And I remember when I was in South Africa in 2020, I was taking a whole lot of photos of plants, of Sis Natalie's garden, right? My brother's wife's garden. And while we were at her garden had fake plants in, right? And while I was taking photos of the fake plants, I really didn't know what I wanted to do with the photos. So those photos are still on my other iPad. And I was the whole time like taking blossoming photos about it. And it was amazing in the garden. And she had this little garden in front of her yard and it was amazingly looking, right? And I came back to New Zealand that was in 2019. And I came back to New Zealand and I bought the plant for Christmas table, for the Christmas centerpiece, right? And I bought it at the store the year before in 2022. The red plant on our centerpiece table. That was a very nice plant. And we bought it. And last year we went to the Christmas store. And when we were done shopping, then we didn't have money exactly for the centerpiece, right? Or I didn't know what our circumstances were. And I was like, I wanted to buy the red centerpiece. And I think I couldn't buy it. And Dorian bought me this plant this year sometime, right? He bought this plant and it was outside. And I'm like, no, this plant reminds me of that centerpiece about that Christmas table. And that's where we are at. We are preparing for birthdays and we are busy. This is last year's birthday card. Thank you, everyone. So this birthday card Kiara gave mommy last year. Someone said on their vlog that they gave their husband a birthday card and they were reading it and they were on the beach, right? Nikki and Chris, we love to watch their vlogs even though they make us angry sometimes. We love to watch their vlogs and they were reading, right? And Kiara bought me this, gave me this last year for my birthday. So we are celebrating birthdays, almost birthday season for us, right? To mommy from Kiara and daddy, happy birthday. We love you lots, even though we argue lots. You are special. Me and daddy loves you lots. So it's birthday season. And then she says, have an amazing day. So we are preparing for Kiara's birthday is now in October. And you know when it's birthday time, our birthday, Kiara's birthday, is our birthdays are sometimes at odd times. So why am I preparing for birthdays? Because when it's payday and daddy's finances comes through, then Kiara's birthday is on the 8th of October. And what is mommy gonna do? Gonna remember before the 8th of October because we always forget that the birthday is on that day and the salary is once a month and the salary comes through a certain time and then we only buy food and we only buy what's required and then sometimes there's just that we give a normal birthday. So this year we can remember a little bit earlier that the birthday of little Babaiki is on the 8th of October. And that's where we are at with that reminder for us. That's nice. That's where we are at with decorating and with where we want everyone to be at in these seasons. Another thing that we are going to share quickly, let me just quickly do that, is what our amazing centerpiece, right? Is our spring blossoming tree and it's blossoming very nicely. Oh, we are excited about it. It's blossoming a pink blossom, a light pink, almost like the plant, but a light pink about that. It looks very, 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 very nice next to that. The tree next to that is also blossoming. I'm just going to share that also quickly. That's very nice. The tree next to that, look at that. That's a kitchen tree when we're cooking, right? And then we are always looking through that tree. And that's very, very nice. That tree is also blossoming the redness of my top. So my top represents the trees and the blossomingness of where we are representing it. So I'm going to do that photo quickly today. And I'm also going to do the photo with the exact pink that I want. The tree in front of the house is also nice, right? That's our favorite photo. We haven't taken photos this year, but a lot. Last year we did a lot of those photos. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. And that's where we want to be at. In our season, look at our balcony. Okay? It's loving us with kindness there. And that's where we want to be at with our spring decorations. Oh, now this corner looks a little bit quiet, but we are going to check what we want to add to that side of the table and of the house about that. Where we are at, and that's where we want to be at. Another thing that we are kindly wanting to share. I sound like Oprah Winfrey. I said I'm not Miss Winfrey on that day. Look at my books. It's nice. That's our little reading area. But another thing is we took something else out for Christmas. So we're reminding ourselves that that's the season that we are at. And the brightness, the blossomingness, the intertwinement of the seasons and the appreciation exactly of that. So the first Christmas decoration that this was out the whole year. Miriam Bright for you was out the whole year on the other side of the house. And another thing that we reminded ourselves is let us start to prepare ourselves for decoration during the Christmas season, right? And we said, okay, Christmas. Last year, someone said, 1 year, someone said in the office, get the Christmas gift out early, Philippines. Here's one of the Philippines people said. Get the Christmas present out early. The Christmas tree of them is always out in September. And this year we are out also in September with that Christmas preparations and decorations of that. And we even appreciate that niceness. And we're probably gonna do our nails again, yes, when we financially can. We're not difficult on that. Another thing that we wanted to share, that's about it. Did we want to share the treeness? Oh, we love this window. Doreen doesn't like us to open this window. Let's just share this window quickly. So he really doesn't like us to open this curtain. Don't y'all think that the curtains do nice with the greenness of it? I truly think so, right? Because who would now want the curtains to be close? I know, right? Wow, you want the curtains to be open. Look at that. That tree also always blossoms nicely. You're going to want to watch that tree. And this tree was meant to blossom a yellow. It always blossoms a yellow, but it looks very, very not right this year. So there's two trees, right? There's the one tree that looks like it has the floundering hair from Elise. Oh, our tree here, yes. And so in front of that tree always blossoms with a yellow. And we can't get that photo right the whole time. And we are trying to get the yellow photo, the yellow blossoming of that tree into our dress. And this year that tree hasn't blossomed, and Ribea is actually feeling that. I'm feeling emotional because I walk out of this door and it's yellow, and it's amazingly yellow, and it's always full of love and kindness. Maybe there's some toxic air or something that had it not blossom. So that's where we want to be at with our amazing decorations and with the amazing springness. What we are going to share, and is we're going to have a picnic. So we say thank you to winter. We say thank you to winter about it, and we say thank you to the autumnness about that, and we say thank you to whoever Wingate is of that. That's a winter color that we love, and we say thank you for winter, and we appreciate the springness of it. And we allow ourselves to appreciate the springness of it. And we love that. And that corner we feel so alone, but we're gonna just sort that corner out also of what we really now want there. And we really now allow ourselves to appreciate this. We're still gonna decide what we're gonna put on the sides of the pink centerpiece. So we are having these placemats, right? Just for niceness and just for appreciation, but it reminds us of the beach vibe, right? Of where we are at, right? And that's our picnic part of it, enjoying our picnicness of it. So we are gonna try and think what we can add to the sides of that. just to leave it so that the centerpiece, but we're gonna look around the house. We really now doesn't want anything that's now going to be too much next to the pink centerpiece. So we're gonna think about that. We're gonna leave it like that for now, and we're gonna appreciate the completeness of birthday preparations with a be Elise. Hey everyone, so we laugh at that about it. I think that's all that I want to say, and that's all that we want to do during the season. We don't want to do a much, we don't want to do a lot, we don't want to overdo, we don't want to overstress, we don't want to over worry ourselves about nothing, not about Christmas stuff, not about nothing we're gonna worry about, and we're gonna allow ourselves. We want to prepare baby room. Yes, we want to prepare baby room. Baby room is very quiet and calm. We want to prepare the room, and we really want to just prepare ourselves, and we are really kind and calm on ourselves, right? So that we really can prepare for that. And that's about it. That's about what we want to share. That's about where we find ourselves at. And I always say we're not gonna share a lot of the house. I really want to now share baby room, but I'm not going to do that because that is a video on its own, and we're not really gonna walk everyone through the house. Otherwise, everyone is gonna be the whole time about the completeness of. Maybe people are gonna be over depressed. Why? Because you don't share your house. You don't share videos of how you walk through your house. We can share the room of that. We might share the house if time feels fine. But for people who do the live stream videos, you don't share how your house is set out inside. Outside, everyone maybe knows already, but how your house is sometimes set out. People in this world are busy with a lot of things, and they sometimes plan a lot of things against the woman. And you know what? We sometimes do not share the whole setup of how our house is, right? And that's where we are at. We share it in parts, and when we feel fine, then we can take everyone through the house, and then we can do that whole decoration moment of that. The room is very nice, yes, but we are going to not tell ourselves now that we are going to take a walk through to do that. But we can actually quickly, so that we don't show the camera up, but don't look at the completeness of it. I didn't share with y'all where I'm walking, so y'all can't actually see. But we are just gonna share quickly what we want to just fix in the house. So this has been this room. This room has not really it's a very kind room, right? And it's really just been the computer room in the room where I now used to do my AWOKH purpose room, and it's a very nice room. And it's got a very nice window, and it's very kind. And this, a little pony. Say hi to a little pony. Say hi, everyone. That's a nice room, and we love to sit here. That's the calmness of the morning. We love to just enjoy this, and we sometimes sit on this couch, and it's very, very nice. Oh, lovely. We sometimes sit and sleep on this couch. How many nights have we found ourselves, especially now that we just want to sit up with pregnancy? We found ourselves so many nights sitting and sleeping on the couch, and it's so very, very nice, right? I don't know why, but we are couch sleepers during this pregnancy season. We really, really love it. And we are very, very, very much kind on that. So now we didn't share our y'all. Let me just say a lot. Y'all looked at me the whole time, and that's amazingly nice. And that's what we sometimes do. Yes, thank you. The vloggers educated, but they don't say it. And I say it now because some people walk you through a video and they show you how you should do the video. But what we learn is you sometimes tell one another, don't do a walkthrough in your house so that everyone can see the whole. You have you in the photo, and that's why people have themselves in the photo rather than having the photo on the walkthrough of the hallway. Sometimes it's fine, but if you find yourself in certain countries, then we do not a walkthrough, but we tell one another. Some people in our generation reason that other people can must think not to walk people through their houses, but we tell one another, and Ribea believes in, we tell one another that, oh, we take a face video because we don't do a walkthrough in the house. And that's sometimes how you do videos. You say what you can say. If you feel endangered and you can't say it, then that's fine. But if you tell people, everyone, this is why we walk through in this way, and we have the video photos that focused on us, so that if there's young people who stay on their own, then they can learn. They don't share the whole view of it. They only share maybe a room or maybe a table, or that's why they share the videos in that way. And such is our generation. We need to tell one another, and we need to educate things in this world in that way. Thank you, everyone. Let's just, for now, for the closing this, just to watch that. Again, that's nice. That's nice. And that's nice. Thank you. We don't say Nikki and Chris is wrong, or the bloggers are wrong with not saying it, because they have reasons for not saying it. But what Ribea says, when anyone of vloggers and they can, then say what they can say, give advice, give opinion that are fine for everyone. And that's about that for us. So we're gonna just check quickly if we can get another 2 pieces to add to the centerpiece. What we want to add to the side of this. And this side we want to add something, and on this side. So we're just gonna check for that. Other than that, that's where we are at in this season. I know our table looks a lot, but we need to just add. Let me just check. We have a lot that we can do with this table. We have a lot that we can do with the table. We can paint the table. We can do whatever we can do. The table looks long, but it's not that long. Let me just give a distance of it. That's a little bit much better, thank you. And the table looks a little bit long, but you really are, because of the camera angle. But you really, sometimes we can do a lot with the table, right? And we love the table. You see, there's the table that we previously had under the board. And that used to be that is our table that's under the board, right? And then Ribea added the board, because really when we have lunch and when we want to enjoy Sunday lunch, then we can't really have the food on the table. And then we added the board to the table, right? So any advice and opinion, really, we can really do a lot with the table, and I really appreciate any advice and anyone's opinion and any amazingness with the education of that. We can really do a lot with the table, and that's what we did with the sides of the table. So I added that, with the sides of the board, but I really want to do a lot more with the board. But let's check what we can do with that board. Other than that, that's about that. That's about that. And opinion, do you like my board or don't you like my board? Some people think, no, my board is not fine for them. And other people have not commented yet, but like our YouTubers behind the scenes and everyone, they always give a loud comment. Really, some people really don't like my board that I add to our table. And some people feel that the table that we had are fine. That this table is fine. So if y'all feel that this table is fine, give Ribea y'all's opinion. That would be appreciated. If y'all think that Ribea can do this table like Ribea wants to do it, like in a Vulcan moment, and then also say so. Any opinion on this would be appreciated. And that's about that for us, everyone. Have an amazing day further.